Welcome to Thursday video. Now, it's about 3 minutes till 1. I'm already late on my lunch break. So I'm going to try and make this quick. I was going to do a video. I had something already lined up. But as I was making it a couple times already, I was like, I just ain't feeling it. You know? Not adequately prepared for it. Not really sure what I want to say. So I'll put that off for another time. But I still want to make a video since it's Thursday and I enjoy it. So I was like, what am I going to talk about? And then I got to thinking about this thing I read on Facebook. And I said already in the post I made that, whenever something controversial comes up and I want to add my opinion to it, I check my Facebook and lo and behold, everybody's posting their opinion. And, why would I want to add to that? Y'all know what I think. But I thought, here we go, I'll talk about it anyway. And it was the whole just thing about Target's bathrooms. And the main thing that got me was this Christian site had posted this blog post where they're talking about, well, if Christians are going to boycott Target for their bathroom, then they should boycott the smartphone company because they make their phone in China with slave labor. I was like, do you even know what you're talking about? People aren't boycotting Target because they're liberal. They've been liberal forever. I haven't shopped at Target in like 10 years. And it's just that they've made their bathroom unsafe. To where, not worried about transgender, worried about someone who's pretending to be a transgender go up in there looking at your daughter and your wife. So therefore, they've made their bathroom unsafe. It's not no fantastic, great moral issue. And I'll give you this, when that whole thing with the Starbucks red cup went down over Christmas time, that was stupid. That was stupid. I mean, I'll give you that one. But it's this thing that, okay, Target, you've made your bathroom unsafe, so I can't shop there no more. It's in the same way, like, I have a concealed carry permit. And if I go to eat at a restaurant and I see they have a sign on the door that says no weapons allowed, no guns allowed, whatever, I'm going to turn around and go somewhere else. Now, for the record, Florida law trumps that sign. You can put a sign on your business all day that says no weapons allowed. I can still go in there with my weapon. The law says I can. And your little sign don't mean nothing. But, I respect your place of business, and if you don't want me in there with my gun, then I'll just go somewhere else, because you're making your business an unsafe environment for me. If someone comes up shooting, I don't have my gun because you said I couldn't have it in there, and I can't defend myself, so I'm not going to put myself in that situation. Same thing with Target. Nobody's like, well, I just can't use the bathroom with a transgender person. And who would want to? I don't know. But that's not the problem. The problem is someone's coming in there pretending to be transgender because they want to get their kicks looking at your wife and daughter. And that's just the thing. It's not no great moral thing. It's just common sense. And it's not hard to see in the age we live in how Jesus said when he comes back, it's going to be as it was in the days of Noah. And you look in Genesis and it says in the days of Noah, the hearts of men were continually wicked. And it ain't hard to see that nowadays. I mean, if you want, I'll just go ahead and piss you off right now. We got people who's a man thinks they're a woman thinks they're a man. I saw a story the other day, a guy got his ears chopped off so he could look more like his parrot, because he thinks he self-identifies as a parrot. People cutting off their arms and legs. Oh, well, I don't feel like I should have had that. People have mental problems these days. They're mental problems. But we don't treat them like that anymore. We look at them and go, oh, well, that's just the way they are, and we got to accept them for who they are. They're sick people and they need help. But, we can't help them. We just got to go with the flow. That's how they want to be. And whatever. As you know, Jesus is coming back eventually. And that's just the reality of the situation. It's going to have to be that way. It's going to have to, thoughts of men continually wicked kind of thing. But it got me thinking also about that post that site made. Every time there's an issue that comes out, well, like the baker that wouldn't bake the cake for the gay people, and the red cup thing, and this and that. And I just want to ask him, do you stand for anything? Do you stand for anything? Because I thought as Christians, that's what we're supposed to do. Not compromise our beliefs. And when something comes along that's contrary to what God has taught us in the Bible, stand up for the Bible. Don't just go, well, if we do this and kind of bend a little bit here, people will like us more. I don't recall Jesus or any of the apostles preaching things about, well, preach this message, but if it offends people, you can probably change it here and maybe like tweak it a little bit here. I don't recall ever reading that anywhere in the Bible. And like many of preachers I hear talk about often, the gospel is, it ruffles feathers. It's contrary to the way of man, I guess you could say. But I don't recall anywhere in the Bible where it said, go into all the world and preach the gospel unless, people are uncomfortable with it, and then, kind of water it down and change it a little bit. It never says that. Jesus just said, go into all the world and preach the gospel to all nations. So, and that's, going to lead down the road to where we get to the last days, where days written, because Christians are just going to keep compromising. Stand for something. And what's that saying that you see all the time? Stand for something even if you're standing alone. Quit bowing down. Dang, it just gets on my nerves. I'm sorry. Stand for something. They're standing for what they believe in, even though it's wicked and evil. Stand for what you believe in. But anyway, there's my rant, I guess, if you want to call it that. Probably ticked off a bunch of people. I don't care. Still love you. Still love, all these people that's out there being crazy. They need Jesus as much as anybody else does, as much as I did when I got it. That doesn't mean you don't love them and preach the gospel to them and try to be kind to people. You should definitely do that. But stand for something. I want to finish up today on a side note. I was thinking of, Bible said maybe coming up with a catchy name for, well, I haven't come up with no catchy name or anything. And, but I was thinking about when Jesus said, if you take up your cross and follow me. And the cross that Jesus was on was probably way bigger than the ones we see in these movies nowadays. That thing was probably like telephone pole size. And he had to carry that thing to Calvary. So that thing ain't light. So when he's telling us to pick up our cross and follow him, it ain't going to be easy. It just ain't. But that is what was laid upon us to do if we're going to be like him. So until the next video, pick up that cross and carry on.